On today's Apple Daily, rumours gather for a November event after iPhones in October. Free Apple TV Plus subscriptions just got extended. How will Apple name their Mac SOCs? Your answers. And iCave answers on AirTags pricing and AirPods Studio pricing.
This is the Apple Daily.
My name's David for Living on iPad, and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you. If you want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 12 UTC, plus coverage of all the big events that are coming up, like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you don't miss a thing. So we've actually ended up with quite a lot to get through today. Rumours gather for a November event after iPhones in October. Now, there have definitely been rumours about this for quite some time, but it seems like it is going to happen. I'm not necessarily that happy about it. In addition to Mark Gurman and John Prosser mentioning the likelihood of a November event for Macs, a number of outlets are now reporting as well that Apple Silicon Macs more likely to come at an event in November. I still think it would be a really good move for Apple to announce the first of the Apple Silicon Macs, even if it says and shipping in November, and then just before they're about to ship in November, they drop another event and show us a bunch more. Maybe that's the way they'll do it. Maybe there just won't be hardware available after this event. But it looks like the main focus of that event would be the Apple Silicon and the AirPods Studio. It looks like they're not quite going to be ready for this event. And previously we'd been told that they were going to drop via a press release, but who knows what is really the difference between a press release and an event at the moment, when these press release events are just a pre-recorded video that they play. So if it is true that we're unlikely to get Apple Silicon at this event, that would potentially open up a spot for the iPads Pro to be refreshed with a A14X chip, which I'm very excited to see the performance of, and also the 5G, although I wouldn't expect that we'd be getting micro LED or mini LED at this event. Apple TV Plus subscriptions just got extended. So last year when Apple launched Apple TV Plus, they gave everyone that got a new eligible device a free year's subscription, which I think was a pretty good deal at the time. Yes, it is a much smaller streaming service than most of the others, but it made it a really compelling way for Apple to get some people to get their eyes on what was on the Apple streaming service. Now, of course, they would have been planning for this year everyone's subscriptions to end, but people to love the shows, and the second season's about to drop, which is how they kept the subscriptions going. Of course, then COVID happened, so we've had a lot of these TV shows that have not had their second season produced in time, or they're still sitting in post-production, or they haven't even shot them yet. So Apple is now extending those Apple TV Plus subscriptions until the end of January. Unfortunately, if you got an Apple TV subscription a bit later than that, later than January last year, then yours won't be extended. It is just up to the end of January, but it's still a bonus, and it means that a lot of people will have some Apple TV Plus to watch over December. Have you watched anything on Apple TV Plus? If you have, what's your favourite show? Leave them down in the comments below. My favourite is still For All Mankind, because I'm a space geek. Yesterday we asked what Apple would call their Mac SOCs, and here are some of your answers. So Mindtech came out with Series Z for the entry point and X Series for the Pro level. So I'm guessing that would be as a prefix, not a suffix. So it would be like a Z1 or a Z14, and an X1 or an X14. Stephen Liggett suggests a G series or P series. Samundra suggests M or Z series. Siva Mandav Chinta suggests M14, M15, then M15X as we get into the pro level chips. Werner Weiss suggests M series but starting at 1, so like an M1 processor. But as I mentioned, I think that could be a little bit confusing because we currently have the M1 coprocessor, which is part of the SoCs. So unless Apple is just completely dropping that, because I think M1 is probably included in all the chips now, especially on the A series side, so anything that's in a mobile device. So that could be a little bit confusing, but I think Apple could pull it off if they decided to, because let's be honest, they don't care about confusing names that often, because we had the iPad Original, iPad 2, iPad with Retina display, then we went to iPad Air, then we went to iPad Air 2, then iPad Pro, then we got the iPad Air 3 and the iPad 6th generation. Just, Apple's terrible at naming things. And Big Bird 24 says M14 or Mac 1. Now he's put Mac like a Mac, but could it be Mac like speed of sound, because I think that would be a wicked name. If we had the Mac 1 processor and then the Mac 2, that just really suggests the speed. I don't know, but that sounds really quite cool to me. Maybe they won't even just go for a letter. Maybe they'll actually have like a name. I was thinking like the Hurricane processors. I know they already have Hurricane cores and things like that in the processors, but maybe they'll go for something a little bit more brandy. I don't know. Because they definitely need something snappier than Apple Silicon. Having said that, we don't talk about the Intel MacBooks. We just talk about MacBooks at the moment. So once everything is kind of converted over to an Apple Silicon, maybe they just don't need a thing and we start referring to the old ones as Intel Gen Macs. Who knows? And iCave answers. We are answering another question. This is coming from Val Kitchen, or the Val Nerd on YouTube. I know that's his channel. Head over there. He's got 25 subscribers at the minute. Let's get him up to 100 pretty quick. So check out the Val Nerd on YouTube. Ring his bell. He does a notification squad like I do, and I've just joined it. And Val says, I saw someone else wondering how much AirTags could be. I wanted to know that too, but I also wanted to see how much AirPods Studio, aka the Apple wireless headphones, could be. Hashtag iCave answers. And remember, the iCave answers are always open. Just drop me a comment here or a tweet with your questions and I will be glad to answer. So the pricing that I've seen so far looks like $349 for the over-ear headphones. Now that sounds like a ridiculously high price to me. However, when you actually look at Apple's site, that is perfectly in line with their Beats Studio wireless headphones. So that seems almost like it might be too cheap. $349, as I said, is what I've heard. It might end up being $399. I could see Apple going to that, but then $349 is also in line with a HomePod. It's also in line with some other stuff that they do. $399 would be in line with like an iPhone SE or an iPad Mini. So I don't know. Is there as much value in a pair of headphones as there is in an iPad Mini, or an iPad nothing, an 8th generation with probably a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse that you could pick up and a nice case? I don't know, but probably not for me. But if someone wants to send me a pair to review, I'm more than happy to do that. On that subject, I have had some cases come through for iPad Airs when they come out, so I will try and get my hands on an iPad Air to review these cases. They're actually really good. Nice little magnetic closures and things like that. They're really, really premium, so look out for that once iPad Air lands. Until then, let me know in the comments if you have subscribed and joined the notification squad. I would love to give you a shout out in the next video, and I will see you on the next one. Next week we have Apple events, we have iPhones coming at least, but who knows what else. Don't miss it. Make sure you're subscribed. 85% of you guys haven't, and I know about it, Jeff.